It isn't often that a movie's main character is a villain. It's easy to align with characters who exhibit moral righteousness and good intentions because they demonstrate the best of humanity. It's also difficult to root for someone who is self-serving and unkind. However, because villains are shaped around their flaws, they can be more realistic, relatable, and compelling. Villains are the embodiment of imperfection, and Despicable Me uses that to create a unique story, one that's very risky when considering it's aimed towards children. Despicable Me follows Gru, a supervillain on a hunt to steal the moon. Besides the morally compromising aspect of theft, Gru also exhibits selfishness when he adopts orphan children Margot, Edith, and Agnes in order to steal a needed shrink ray from a rival villain. The inclusion of these girls in the movie helps evolve Gru's character, but the humanity in him isn't completely absent before they show up. From the first few scenes, we see that beneath the cold exterior he shows to the world, Gru is also goofy and sensitive. He's afraid of his own dog, he has a silly way of warding off the girls when they come to sell him cookies. Even the minions' non-threatening physical appearance and playful personalities reflect Gru's shielded heart. A real villain wouldn't have sweet, cute minions, they'd have cold, killing machines. You can tell a lot about a person when you understand their self-doubt and vulnerabilities. Gru compares himself to Vector as soon as he hears about his stealing of the moon. When Gru is giving his speech to the minions, his insecurity shows through his cracks.
People are calling it the crime of the century and stuff like that. But, am I upset? No, I am not. A little, but we have had a pretty good year ourselves.
His presentation isn't only meant to update the minions on his plans, Gru's also trying to prove his worth to them and himself. The root cause for our insecurities can often stem from our childhood, and the film alludes to this being the case for Gru with flashbacks of him growing up. Gru's mom was always dismissive of his ambitions and dreams, even insulting at times.
Mom, someday I'm going to go to the moon.
Oh, I'm afraid you're too late, son. NASA isn't sending the monkeys anymore.
The lack of support you receive as a child carries into adulthood and will have an impact on your confidence. And since Gru could never make his mom proud as a kid, there's still a part of him chasing that validation and is very susceptible to being hurt. In fact, what makes Gru such a likable character is how he isn't threatening, scary, or mean. When Gru is denied money for his scheme to steal the moon, Gru doesn't violently lash out in anger. He responds to failure in sadness and disappointment. This shows viewers that he isn't inherently dangerous and even leads us to sympathize with him. Despicable Me may be a children's movie, but it uses real human psychology to shape Gru as a realistic person, rather than just a villain archetype. Gru is a villain, but there's more to him than just a quest to take down the world or inflict harm. There's clear humanity within him, which is what's most effective in creating a compelling villain. Whether it's a kids' movie or a film for older adults, the villain has to be in some way understandable to the viewer. This can be through the character's motivations or emotions. With Gru, we see that his subconscious motivation to be a villain is to develop a sense of self-worth and accomplishment, and to impress his mother. We can also see that Gru has very human feelings of insecurity, sensitivity, and kindness, particularly through his relationship with Margot, Edith, and Agnes, which becomes an even more impactful storyline than Gru's theft of the moon. Gru adopts the girls with the sole purpose of using them and then afterwards intends to abandon them at the amusement park. But after spending some time with them, he quickly grows to genuinely care for them.
Whoa. What was that? She hit that. I saw that with my own eyes.
At first, Gru isn't the most sympathetic person, but he isn't demeaning or cruel. So the girls are comfortable enough to freely express themselves towards him. They provide fun, care, and support that Gru never even received from his own mother, which opens up Gru's heart, transforming him into a loving father figure. Despicable Me is not just a funny children's movie. It's the story of a villain who's much more than his criminal behavior. It's an example of human psychology. It's an exploration of why we love the characters we love. This movie is iconic and successful because it presents you with basic character tropes and then flips them on their head, forcing you to question everything you know of what a villain is.